Hey guys, welcome back to the Subtl YouTube channel. It's the best time of the year, which means it's time to build my fall Subtl stack. So each season I like to make a video about what I'm putting in my stack for that season, which is usually just a mix of like what's trending, the colors and the vibes that I want to curate for that season, and then also what Subtl products I'm just like currently loving, or maybe what was recently released that I'm like having fun playing around with. And I encourage you guys to kind of go through your stack, go through your makeup routine each season. It's just a fun opportunity to like vet what you have, try something a little bit new, swap out the dry brush cleaner, clean your brushes, all those good things. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, I like to swap in a fresh base. So this is a fresh Subtl brush. I've been doing my makeup in the car a lot lately with just the stack, and I will use just this brush and it honestly looks great. Let me know if you want to see a video with that. I'm gonna go ahead and use that as the base. Next is concealer. If you guys have been watching my tutorials, you know I've been using two different colors, 3N and 4N. I just really have liked mixing concealers because it's hard to find like the perfect shade for you. And honestly, 3N is the perfect for me when it's in the winter, but I'm a little more tan right now. So I've just been enjoying mixing them up. I still have a decent amount left, so I don't really need to swap in a new concealer. So I'm doing that for the base. Next is lip balm, and I kind of forgot about Cherry Chateau. I decided to swap this one in. I had Zestination Cocoa, and one, I'm almost out because I've been loving it so much. But two, even though I love it, it is a very like vacation-y type of scent. So I figured swapping it for Cherry Chateau, like cherry is kind of summery, but a little bit more fall as well, I feel like. So that's what I'm going with. Whenever I do my makeup, I always start with the lip balm base, especially as the seasons change. My lips get really dry. So this is coming in clutch. And it smells like cherries, which is amazing. Now, next, I basically am just obsessed with the road trip collection, and I realize I'm actually have the entire road trip collection in my fall stack. So that means for lip and cheek, I chose Guava Getaway. I love this color. I feel like the deeper color is so pretty on the cheeks and the lips. And then I love this paired with Apricot Avenue. And this is a blush. So this is a lip and cheek. This is a blush, this is cream, this is powder. I like mixing cream and powder for blush because it makes it stay longer. I like using two different shades because it just makes it more dimensional. And I feel like these colors together just scream fall. I've been wearing Apricot Avenue like almost every day, but I haven't been wearing Guava Getaway as much, so I'm excited to wear her because I really love this shade. And I feel like my fall stack is always my biggest stack because I like options. I feel like fall is fun. It's when you want to like do more makeup. If you're going out on fun outings, you can play with color a little bit more. Whereas in the summer, I'm more minimalistic. I'm more on the go. I'm not wearing as much makeup usually. So this stack is going to be a little bigger than normal. I like big stacks and I cannot lie. Okay. Next is bronzer. I'm sticking with Leche. I just really like Leche, and it hasn't come in yet, but I've actually ordered some darker concealers to use as a cream bronzer. So I'm gonna try those out when they come in, and I'll probably add the right shade for me in the stack, but I haven't figured that out yet. But for now, I'm just sticking with bronzer in Leche. And this is the lightest bronzer shade. Okay, next up we have eyeshadow. So I chose two eyeshadows, and this one I haven't like worn a lot because I really love using a shimmer, but I'm going to use the highlighter that I chose as a shimmer, and then I chose Bon Voyage for my eyeshadow duo, and maybe I'll also play around with matte eyeshadow. I feel like that's coming back a little bit, and these colors are just really flattering, really pretty, and I just feel like I've kind of neglected this eyeshadow duo, so I'm excited to use it. And then I also, of course, have got to have the Dune eyeshadow duo, especially for fall. And ever since I got rid of my lash extensions, I've been loving this dark brown as kind of like a winged powder liner. So these are my eyeshadow duos. Okay, next up, I told you I love the road trip collection, so I went ahead and added Golden Gimlet. I mean, come on. It's just way too pretty. It goes amazing with like all of these tones, and I'm excited to play around with it more. And then like I said, if I'm wanting a more glam look, I can also use this in the middle of the lid as the shimmer for my eyeshadow. Next up, we have our trusty Shine Control powder. I just swapped in a new one. Of course, can't live without her, so going to add that on. And then lastly is the dry brush cleaner. This is the one I'm going to swap out. And if you didn't know, all the Subtle Stack pods are refillable, so these just pop out, no magnets, no glue, super easy. And then with the dry brush cleaner, it comes with like a bag of several of these, so you just watch how satisfying. Peel it out, and you probably can like rinse this base, but I'm just gonna kind of tap out any of the excess because it's not that dirty. I have several of these, and then you just pop a clean one in like so into the pod, push this down, and voila. And last but not least, we gotta top it off with the mirror lid so that I can do my makeup on the go. Now, I feel like if I take this with me in the car, I would probably pare it down a little. I'd probably remove the eyeshadows and maybe like one of the concealers. And yeah, this would probably be my car stack so that it wasn't so big. But that's what I love about my choices with this stack, is that there's actually so many makeup looks just in this stack alone. You don't need to use the eyeshadows. You could also just use the bronzer, and actually the Apricot Avenue blush is amazing as an eyeshadow. I love it, and it just gives this really pretty monochromatic look. There's so many different options with this stack and with these choices. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Next, I'm going to do a tutorial with this full makeup stack. So make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss it. I post my tutorials every Sunday. And there we have it. She's a beauty, but it's still so much smaller than like my makeup bag. Obviously, I can still fit this in my purse, in my diaper bag, in the car, or like I said, if I'm gonna grab it with me on the go, I might just like take a few pods out, save them in my bathroom, and then I have a portable version as well. Oh, and I almost forgot to talk about brushes. I was looking at last year's fall makeup video. I'll link that here if you wanna watch it for another fall subtle makeup look. But I was also reviewing the Subtle Beauty brushes, and I feel like it's good for me to give you guys like a refresher on this every once in a while, because Subtle's brushes are my absolute favorite. They're so underrated, and they're so genius because they actually are covered, and like it's so unsanitary and gross to have your makeup brushes uncovered, thrown in your bag with your makeup. Like that's a lot of germs and can actually cause like breakouts and stuff. So anyway, real quick, let's review the makeup brushes. Okay, so I am a huge fan of the 4-piece brush set. It's like travel size, but the brushes themselves are like normal size makeup brushes, but obviously the handle is short, and I love that. So this is a big like fluffy powder brush. It's great for shine control powder. I personally use it for bronzer. You could even use it for blush. Like it's just a big fluffy brush, which is awesome. This next one I like using for blush and highlighter. And then this is the stippling brush, and it's so like you can use it for so many things. I know Rachel, the Subtle Beauty founder, she uses it for her concealer and her lip and cheek. I use it for shine control powder. Do one tap and then tap the excess off. Like it just applies the perfect amount. So again, you can also use this for shine control powder, but I really like being really precise with it. So that's what I use this one for. And then it also comes with the dual-ended eyeshadow brush, which is great. And then personally, I keep this little brush, which is from the old 4-piece brush set. Subtle, I think you need to add one of these little brushes into the set because it's so good. But yeah, if you don't have the old 4-piece brush set, then you could obviously just add any little like eyeshadow brush like this, but I use it for eyeliner. And these are all probably due for cleaning, so I'm gonna do that right after this video. And then lately, I've been keeping the 4-piece brush set in my bathroom, and then I'll pretty much take just my stack with the base brush in it and this in my car, okay? So actually I keep one of these in my car and one in my bathroom because I use this one pretty much all the time for eyeshadow. But I love this thing because it has two, like, first of all, how satisfying is that? But it has two eyeshadow brushes on either end, and I love that they stay, like the shape stays so well because of this container. And then I use this dense one for highlight, and then I use this one for the crease, and the angle just like makes it, I don't know, it just makes my eyeshadow look so good. And then if you've watched my tutorials, you know that I also slide this up and over, and then it becomes like a very dense brush, or even a thin kind of like eyeliner brush. So that's why I love this brush. I feel like it also makes like the perfect gift. And then lastly, we have the Stack Brush BFF, and this one is great too. It's great for bronzer, for shine control powder, for blush. I mean, really for anything. I think I've like been in a pinch, like even used this for eyeshadow. All the brushes are great choices. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what items you're including in your fall stack. Did I miss any that I should add in? I'd love to hear what you guys are stacking this fall, so let me know, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.